13 passengers bound for AP yet to be contacted. CM dispatches teams to Odisha. At about 13 passengers who are from Andhra Pradesh yet to be contacted, CM, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, dispatches teams to Odisha to find whereabouts of Andhra people. They are supposed to bound for Andhra Pradesh. They are coming to Andhra Pradesh. Minister for Industries and Commerce Guduvada Amarnath has said 482 passengers bound for various stations in Andhra Pradesh were traveling to Visakhapatnam 309, Rajahmundry 31, Eluru 5 and Vijayawada 137 stations on the Shalimar, Chennai, Coromandel and SMBT Bangalore Howrah Superfast Express trains. At about 482 passengers bound from various stations in Andhra Pradesh like Visakhapatnam, Rajahmundry, Eluru and Vijayawada. Among them, 309 are to Visakhapatnam and Rajahmundry 31 from Rajahmundry, Eluru 5 people and Vijayawada 137 on the Shalimar, Chennai, Coromandel and SMBT Bangalore Howrah Superfast Express trains. Of them, 267 were safe and 20 were injured. Another 113 passengers were either not answering phone calls or their devices were switched off. The reasons for which are not knowing. At about 103 people are not responsive, they are unable to respond. Either maybe their phones are switched off or something has happened. Among all the people, at about actually 480 people, among them only 267 were safe and 20 were injured. Another these 113 passengers are not answering to the phone. What happened to them? It has to be find out. Then only we'll come to know about this. What exactly happened? It is due to the switching of their phones or otherwise some other reason. The Andhra Pradesh officials were focusing on finding their whereabouts, while 82 passengers are learned to have cancelled their journey. Andhra Pradesh officials are focusing on finding their whereabouts, while 82 passengers are learned to have cancelled. Among them, 82 have cancelled their journey. Officials of the revenue and other departments were dispatched to Balasore, Gopalpur, and Saro railway stations and various hospitals there to trace the passengers from the state. Officials of the revenue and other departments have been were dispatched to Balasore, Gopalpur, and Saro railway stations and various hospitals there to trace the passengers from the state. So many passengers, at about 113 passengers, no response from them. To find out their position, state government has dispatched revenue officials to different places like Balashore, Gopalpur and Saro railway stations and various hospitals to find out the whereabouts of Andhra passengers. In a video message from Bhubaneswar en route to the accident spot, Mr. Amarnath said the government was prepared to operate even air ambulances if the situation required, as per the instructions of Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy, who did not want any effort to be spared in bringing the passenger back safely. In a video message from Bhubaneswar, Amarnath, he was talking from the spot. Mr. Amarnath, the minister, said the government is ready, prepared to operate even air ambulances. If air ambulances are required, they are going to be deployed to bring the injured persons. If the situation demands, if the situation is required, as per the instructions of the, it all depends upon the Chief Minister's instructions. Y.S. Jagannath Reddy, who did not want any effort to be spared, bringing the passengers back to safely. Survivors of train disaster recount harrowing ordeal. The passengers who have survived in the ghastly accident, they were describing their ordeal, whatever sufferings they have faced. These are all things have been described by them, probably to the media people at Vijayawada. After alighting from the special train, the train have brought the accident victims from the spot to Vijayawada. We never thought we would see you again. Many passengers around us died on the spot. It is a rebirth for us all thanks to the Almighty, said a survivor of triple train Reek who reached Vijayawada on a special train from Balasore on Saturday. The victims, those who have injured and non-injured, who are safely escaped from the ghastly accident, they are all brought from the accident spot to Vijayawada by a special train on Saturday evening. They were explaining about their ordeal, describing their ordeal to the media persons. In the process, they were telling, we never thought we would see you again. They never thought that they are going to see all the people, many passengers around us, many people, passengers around them were found to be died on the spot. It's something like a rebirth for them, for us all, thanks to the Almighty, said a survivor of the triple train who reached Vijayawada on a special train from Balasore on Saturday. The survivors shuddered as they recounted the details of the accident. They were shaking like anything because due to the shock, coming out from the shock, unable to came out while they are explaining their ordeal, they were shuddered for describing their ordeal. It was a dark outside and the train had just crossed Balasore railway station and was near the Bahanagar Bazar railway station. The train was just crossed when the accident was occurred. It was pitch dark outside, and the train just crossed Balasore railway station, and it was nearer to Bahanagar Bazar railway station. It was going at a high speed. It was slowly picked up the high speed. Then suddenly there was a huge noise, deafening noise, and we were flung around. Suddenly, what happened, they don't know, but a huge noise, a deafening noise, and they were flung around, thrown around. The coach rolled upside down, literally, the compartment where they were sitting in different beds. It was rolled. Upside down, and the passenger began screaming. Once it happened, The passengers started screaming. I thought I was going to die, said Abu Qasim Lashkar, a clock merchant who had boarded the Coromandel Express in Kolkata, was traveling in the Coromandel Express. He explained his ordeal. He thought that he was going to die. It was a, it was pitch dark outside. I was stuck in the coach and could not see anything. Literally, I was stuck, unable to see anything. What exactly happened? After what seemed like an uh, interminable wait, rescuers came. After waiting for some time, rescuers came uh, to the spot and extricated the me. Uh, Mr. Lashkar told the media, told the Hindu at Vijayawada railway station. Another passenger, Lakshmi Vishwas, said, "We escaped unhurt," said many were stuck in the mangled coaches and were crying for their loved ones. The passengers who were stuck in the mangled train, they were literally crying for their loved ones. Uh, I will I will be forever grateful to the rescuers for saving my life, Mrs. Lakshmi said, who alighted at the station with her two children. Mrs. Lakshmi, who was escaped unhurt from the accident, she was telling she is thankful to the rescuers. She was forever grateful to those rescuers with her two children. She was describing about her ordeal after alighting from the special train Saturday evening. MLAs Vellampalli Srinivas, Malladi Vishnu, and YSRCP leader Devinan Avesh, who interacted with the survivors, said that the state government had sent teams to the accident site to assist the victims and take up rehabilitation operations. Vellampalli Srinivas, Malladi Vishnu, Devinan Avinash, and other YSRCP leaders were interacting with those people who have came out unhurt from the ghastly accident. They told that the government is taking all the making all the arrangements. They have sent dispatched the teams to the accident spot to bring back the remaining people and to assist the victims in all possible manners. NTR District Collector S. Dilli Rao said instructions have been issued to railway officials and revenue officials to provide accommodation and transportation to the accident victims who returned to Vijayawada on the special train. The collector, Dilli Rao, instructed the railway officials and as well as the revenue officials for providing all the facilities, transportation, and other facilities, those who are returned from the returned to Vijayawada by a special train. For families, back home, a long and agonizing wait for news of their kin. Those families who have come back and then they were waiting for the news of their kin. For families back home, a long and agonizing wait. For them, it is a lengthy wait, eagerly waiting for their kins, for the news of their kins. A sombre atmosphere prevailed at Vijayawada. A sombre atmosphere prevailed at Vijayawada railway station and other railway stations in the division on Saturday as people with tension writ large on their faces queued up at the help desk to inquire about the well-being of their loved ones who had booked tickets on the ill-fated Coromandel Express and the Yeshwantpur Howrah Express, which derailed in Balasore, Orissa on June 2, Friday. A sombre atmosphere, a serious atmosphere, a gloomy atmosphere was prevailing at the Vijayawada railway station and other railway stations. Apart from Vijayawada and other railway stations like Rajahmundry, Visakhapatnam, all the stations from these passengers have or belongs. It was an atmosphere of gloomy atmosphere and sombre atmosphere prevailed and the other railway stations in the division on Saturday as people with the tension writ large on their faces. It was clearly tension was appearing on their faces, writ large on their faces, queued up at the help desk. They're all literally standing at the help desk to inquire about their well-being of their loved ones who had booked tickets on the ill-fated Coromandel Express. They were started inquiring about their loved ones, the passengers who have booked for the Coromandel Express and the Yeshwantpur Howrah Express, which derailed both the trains derailed Balasore, Orissa on June 2. Railway officials were busy collecting details of the passengers traveling on the 12841 Coromandel Shalmar Express and the 12864 Yeshwantpur Howrah Express. The railway officials were busily they are engaged in collecting details of the passengers of both the trains, Coromandel 12841 Coromandel Express and the Shalmar Express 12864 Yeshwantpur Howrah Express. Relatives of the passengers who were unable to contact them or phone were seen inquiring with railway authorities about any information on their well-being since dawn on Saturday. On the Saturday evening, their relatives of the passengers who were unable to contact through cell phones, they were inquiring with the railway authorities about any possible information about their loved ones and their well-being since dawn on Saturday. Many said they were anxiously waiting for news of their loved ones since they learnt of the accident on Friday evening. When they came to know about the incident, still then they were eagerly waiting for some news, some news, and standing there anxiously and waiting there at the help desk. Officials who released the names of the passengers, coach numbers, berths, peer numbers, and other details said several passengers traveling on the two trains were not answering their mobile phones. Officials who released the names of the passengers, coach numbers, berths, PNR numbers, and other details said several passengers traveling on the train they were not answering. Several passengers traveling on the two trains were not answering their mobile phones. That means they're not in a position to answer. Maybe their mobile phones switched off, or maybe due to some other reason they were not responsive. Station bears an empty site. Meanwhile, Vijayawada Junction, which is always bustling with activity, wore an unusually deserted look on Saturday, a day after the ghastly train accident. A day after the ghastly train accident, the Vijayawada railway station wore a deserted look, always or otherwise, which is always bustling with the activity, wore an unusually deserted look. It's normally, it doesn't looks like it is always filled with the passengers, moving one place to another, boarding and alighting from the various trains. It was had a unusual look. A day after the ghastly train accident, many passengers cancelled their journeys in wake of Friday's accident. After coming to know about the Friday's accident, many passengers have cancelled their trips. Several platforms were deserted and the food courts and waiting halls were empty. The waiting halls were empty. Food courts were also are empty or seen wearing a deserted look. People seem to be in a state of shock for the train accident, said Chinna, an auto rickshaw driver. An auto rickshaw driver was explaining about, as per his version, people are literally in shock, state of shock of the train accident. Uh, Chinna, a railway auto rickshaw driver, was telling the state government, state government, and the government railway police arranged a help desk to disseminate information about the safety of the passengers, said an officer. An officer told special desks have been arranged to disseminate information about the passengers to pass quickly the information, whereabouts, and well being of those who are traveling in the train. Help desks have been arranged. We had booked tickets on a train to Visakhapatnam, but we decided to cancel the journey. My family members are in shock after hearing about the triple train collision, said a man named Prasanna. A Prasanna whose family members have booked tickets to Visakhapatnam literally cancelled after hearing about this ghastly train accident. Their family members were in shock to know about this ghastly accident. Leaders of International Federation of Trade Union organized a candlelight rally to express condolences and sought a probe into the tragedy. Leaders of the International Federation of Trade Union, they undertook a rally, candlelight rally, a peace rally, that demanded a probe, a thorough probe into the ghastly incident, into the tragedy. Coromandel disaster revives painful memories of Herakand derailment. This Coromandel rail accident reminds us those memories, painful memories of Herakund derailment. Friday triple train disaster in Varissa revived painful memories of the Hirakan Express derailment that occurred on January 23, 2017, near Puneru in erstwhile undivided Vizianagaram district. This train accident, triple train accident, revived the painful memories. Those memories were brought back. Those memories of the Herakand Express derailment that occurred on January 23, 2017, near Puneru in erstwhile undivided Vizianagaram district. About 40 passengers lost their lives in that incident. About 40 passengers have lost their lives. P. Srinivasa Rao, a railway employee posted at Visakhapatnam railway station, narrated his experience. A P. Srinivas who posted at the railway station, Visakhapatnam railway station, he described his experience. Friday's accident near Balasore brought back traumatic memories of the Herakand Express derailment in 2017. He was explaining this was something like reminding us of reminding us back to the derailment of Hirakan Express, in which at about 40 people have lost their life, occurred in 2017. We jumped into services to rescue the affected passengers. They have immediately jumped into the services for rescuing the affected passengers. Like the Hirakan accident, the Coromandel disaster has also evoked widespread concern in the region, as many people from the state, especially from North Coastal Andhra Pradesh, travel on this route and on this train in particular is said. The Coromandel disaster has also evoked widespread response concerning the region, as many people of the state, in ministries, people from the state, especially from the north coastal Andhra Pradesh, travel on this route. They're regularly traveling on this route, and on this train particularly, he said, officials said that 48 people had booked tickets. 48 people have booked tickets on the Coromandel Express to stoppages in Andhra Pradesh. 48 people have booked their tickets stoppage in Andhra Pradesh. Of the passengers who had booked tickets till Visakhapatnam, 165 are learned to be safe. Out of those people, those who have booked Visakhapatnam, out of them, 165 are found to be safe, learned to be safe. 11 passengers suffered partial injuries. 11 passengers suffered partial injuries. 57 did not board the train, while 76 passengers are either not answering their phone or unreachable as of 4:30 p.m. on June 3. 57 did not board the train, while the 76 passengers are either not answering. Among them, 57 not boarded the train, 76 passengers not answering their phones are unreachable. Phones are becoming inoperative, unreachable. As of at 4:30, the news is coming at 4:30. The phones are not working. Maybe phones might have thrown the whether the passengers may be safe, and phones might have thrown, and they're unable to collect their phone. It might have they might have fallen and the wreckage the train. So maybe there may be so many reasons. Or the phones might have switched off also, or otherwise these people are not in a position to respond back to the calls. Maybe many reasons are there. Into the Bagmati River in Bihar, killing 800 persons. Past disasters. The deadliest train accident in the country occurred on June 6, 1981, when an overcrowded train derailed and plunged into Bagmati River. This train accident reminding us back to memory lane, going back our memory lane. June 6, 1981, overcrowded train derailed and plunged into the Bagmati river, killing 800 persons. About 800 persons have killed. It's a very major accident occurred in June 6, 1981, in which a crowded train plunged into the Bagmati River and 800 persons have died. Around 100 people were killed when the Repalla Secunderabad Delta Fast passenger train derailed at Veligonda in the erstwhile undivided state of Andhra Pradesh on October 29 in 2005. Veligonda, 100 people were killed when the Repalla Secunderabad Delta Fast passenger train derailed at Veligonda in the erstwhile undivided state of Andhra Pradesh on October 29 in 2005. Over 30 passengers were burned to death on the Chennai bound Tamil Nadu Express near Nellore on July 30, 2012. 30 passengers were burned alive or burned to death on Chennai bound Tamil Nadu Express near Nellore on July 30. While a short circuit was said to be with the cause of the accident. A sabotage angle was also not ruled out. A sabotage angle was also not ruled out, in which at about 30 people were died, 30 people were burned in the ghastly train accident. Bangaramapalem youth carving a niche in film craft. Bangaramapalem youth, the youth belongs to Bangaramapalem. They're all dreaming. They wanted to get some portions in filmmaking, cinematography. So farming is the mainstay for many families in the village. Farming, actually, they all belongs to agriculture. Farming is the mainstay, main income source. The younger lot are in pursuit of fascinating career. The youngsters, their pursuit of fascinating filmy career in the Telugu film industry. In the last 3 decades, in the last 30 years, more than 200 people have left for Hyderabad for their dream roles. At about 200 people left for Hyderabad for their dream roles. Agriculture has been the mainstay of many a family of Bangaramapalem, a tiny village of Sabbavaram Mandal in Anakapalli district, located about 50 kilometers from Visakhapatnam. A tiny village. Agriculture has been, it is the mainstay of the many family. Many family members are depending upon the agriculture. The family members of Bangaramapalem, a tiny village. It's a tiny village of Sabbavaram Mandal in Anakapalli district, located about 50 kilometers from Visakhapatnam. The place Bangaramapalem is located. It is nearly 50 kilometers from Visakhapatnam. Agriculture is the mainstay for them. People are depends upon agriculture. But for the younger generation, farming is no longer the preferred choice. But the young people, they're not at all interested in the farming. They are showing interest in get some chances in the movies. Farming is no longer the preferred choice. Reason, they have developed a passion to carve a niche for themselves in the 24 crafts of Telugu film industry. The reason behind this is they wanted to develop a passion. They developed a passion to carve a niche for themselves in 24 crafts, in different types of professions. 24 crafts. Maybe some people are interested in acting, some people are photography, some people are shooting, and some people in different types of crafts are there. All the 24 crafts they are having, they have developed a passion towards to carve a niche for themselves. They wanted to get a place for themselves in Telugu film industry. No wonder more than 220 youth hailing from the village with a population of about 2,000 are working in various crafts of the industry like cast and crew, production, art, direction, makeup, choreography, direction, costume designing. It's no wonder at about 220 youth hailing from the village, the tiny village, with a population of 2,000. Out of 2,000 people, our total population, 220 are working in various crafts. Various crafts are there, like industry, like cast and crew. Some people are working production, art direction, makeup, choreography, direction, costume designing, like this. While few have been successful in becoming heads of various departments, some people have become successful and becoming heads of various departments. There are some who are working on daily wage system, and a few others are working as assistants to actors, such as Bellamakonda Srinivas and Gopi Chen. Some people are working on daily wage system, daily wages, and a few of others are working as assistants. Some of the people are working as assistants to actors such as Bellamakonda Srinivas and Gopi Chand. It all began during the years 1995 to 98, when a few villagers such as D. Ramu, Venkata Surya Narayana, Ramesh, and Arjun had left for Hyderabad for a dream career in the tinsel world. Long back, about 1995-98, some people, when few villagers, those who are hailing from that village, such as D. Ramu, Venkata Surya Narayana, Ramesh, and Arjun had left for Hyderabad for a dream career in the tinsel world, in the movie world. I had left for Hyderabad sometime after the year 2000. I had started my career in art department in the Mahesh Babu starrer film Bobby. I have so far worked in nearby 40 movies, says yes Uttam Kumar, who is also belongs to the village. He is almost he left for the Hyderabad 2000. He started his career in 2000 in the art department in the Mahesh Babu starrer film Bobby. I have so far worked in nearly 40 movies, says Uttam Kumar. I feel happy to see many youth from my village eager to make a career in the industry, says Mr. Uttar Kumar, who is now working as art director for Kushi, that has Vijay Devarakonda and Samantha in the lead roles. He is expressing his happiness to see many youth from his village eager to make a career. They are all trying to get some chances in the filmy world, tinsel world, says Uttar Kumar, who is now, Uttar Kumar is working as an art director for Pushi, that has Vijay Devarakonda and Samantha in the lead roles. Vijay Devarakonda and Samantha lead roles. He is working as an art director. Recalling his journey, Dr. Kamesh says, D. Kamesh says, after shifting to Hyderabad during 1999, I had joined the art department for the movie Ajad starring. Recalling his journey, D. Kamesh says, he has shifted to Hyderabad during 1999. He had joined the art department for the movie Ajad, starring Nagarjuna and Soundarya. I have so far worked as art director for about 60 films. He has worked as art director for 60 films. His recent works include Kanche, NTR Kathanayikudu, NTR Mahanayikudu, Bhishma, and Macharla Niyozika Vargam. Recently worked on all these films. Right now, I am working for Varun Tejas, Gandhi Vardhari Arjuna, being directed by Praveen Sattaru, says Mr. Kamesh. Kamesh is working right now in where the Varun Tejas Gandhi Vardhari Arjuna. It is being directed by Praveen Sattaru. India, who recently returned to India after completing a schedule in Hungary's capital Budapest. In Hungary's capital Budapest, shooting was done. After completing the shooting in Hungary's capital Budapest, returned. I had felt for Hyderabad. I had left for Hyderabad when I was 10 years old and started working as a helper in the catering department. He started his career in the catering department, a tiny job 10 years back as a helper. When he left Hyderabad, initially I used to draw 130 to 150 per day. Now I am earning 1500 per day. Now I am earning 1500 per day. I'm happy with my job. as many from my village are working in the industry, I don't feel I'm away from home, says Govind. Govind is telling that is not feeling away from his home, since many people are there, many villages people, those who have come from their native place, that is village, small village. Most of them reside in areas such as Krishnanagar in Jubilee Hills and Pochampalli. All these people are residing in Krishnanagar and Pochampalli. They meet during shootings and events such as pre-release and audio teaser launches. They all will be meeting in different occasions, audio teaser launches and various events. Whatever be their professional engagements, they make it a point to be in their village for the Uchalamma Talli festival celebration in March. Whatever be their professional engagements, they make it a point to be in their village. They will be meeting with their friends yearly once while celebrating Muchalamma Talli festival celebrated in March. Every year in the month of March, the celebration will be organized, Muchalamma Talli festival, and they will wherever they are engaged, they will make it a point to be their village. It is a matter of pride for us, as our village has produced such good technicians for the film industry. They are feeling happy. The village has produced that many technicians. Many are now enthusiastic to work in the film industry. Many people are now they're showing interest to work in the film industry. In the last 2 years, more than 20 youth have left for Hyderabad. In the last 20 years, in the last 2 years, about 20 youth have left for Hyderabad, says Sarpanch D.K. Naidu. We are offering the enthusiastic youth our complete support. We are allowing them to choose whatever department they are interested in. We are offering the enthusiastic youth our complete support. They are going to give their complete support and allowing them to choose whatever department they are having interest. They are interested in. Many from the village are working in my department as well. Says Kamesh is telling many people are working in his department also.